Hello everyone, this is Smart Hedge, and today I'll be sharing my latest crypto analysis. We'll dive into Bitcoin, the total market cap, to assess where we're headed and how much of the current bull run may be left. I'll also chart some critical levels, explain my techniques, and hopefully you'll find something useful in this video. Let's start with Bitcoin. It's currently making its way toward $99,000. One of the key techniques I use involves analyzing historical trend lines. For example, this particular level was a historical resistance point, meaning it previously acted as a barrier during market corrections. Once it was broken, Bitcoin saw a massive upward move, and this time was no exception. We broke above this level back in February of this year, and since then we didn't look back. As you can see, this retest confirmed its significance, and once Bitcoin closed above this level, the price surged. Right now, I'm looking for patterns and potential long-term completions on a monthly time frame. From an investment perspective, rather than a day trading one, it's crucial to evaluate how much room Bitcoin has left for growth. I'll focus on identifying current patterns in Bitcoin's price structure and charting critical levels that have acted as resistance in the past. The good news is that Bitcoin has already cleared one major resistance level, closing a month above it, which is a bullish signal. However, the next key level we need to monitor is around $109,000. If Bitcoin manages to break above this, we're likely to see significant continuation. Now let's talk about symmetrical patterns. While they're not always perfectly balanced in terms of time frames, they often maintain structural symmetry. We're looking for confluences along trend lines, with each level acting as a resistance or support zone. If Bitcoin retests these levels and climbs above $109,000, it could indicate a very bullish scenario with strong continuation. I prefer using candle closes as a signal for confirmation. For instance, when Bitcoin closed above a major resistance level, it formed a clear structure with a defined range. If it can sustain a monthly close above $109,000 to $110,000, we could see another 10% move higher, potentially leading to a parabolic breakout. However, if the price fails to hold, a retracement is likely, followed by another retest of the same levels. Once a pattern completion occurs, whether it results in a breakout or breakdown, we'll have more clarity on the market's direction. For now, Bitcoin might remain in this range longer than expected, but there's also a chance it could break out and never look back. On a broader scale, if Bitcoin surpasses $108,000, we might test $200,000 next, with potential for even higher targets like $270,000. However, we must first overcome the current resistance zone, which remains a critical hurdle. Until then, the market is still in a risk zone, and a pullback remains a possibility. Now let's shift to the total market cap. It's almost identical to Bitcoin's chart since Bitcoin drives most of the market's value. We're observing similar resistance levels here, and the outlook is comparable. Breaking above these levels would indicate continuation, while rejection would signal a retest of lower levels. Lastly, I want to highlight an interesting chart: Bitcoin USD divided by Tether dominance. Historically, this chart aligns well with Bitcoin's mid to long-term tops. For example, all major inflection points since 2019 have coincided with key trendline interactions. If Bitcoin breaks above the current range, we could see a 100% move or more, but failure to do so might lead to another retest of lower support levels. To summarize, Bitcoin still has significant potential for further gains, but the current resistance levels are critical to watch. The market remains volatile, so it's essential to consider both bullish and bearish scenarios. I hope you found this analysis helpful. In my next video, I'll explore global market indicators such as yield curves, gold spreads, and the Dow Jones Index. If that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe. Thank you, and see you in my next videos with more updates on these charts.